As Hurricane Melissa moves away from the Bahamas, the storm is responsible for nearly 40 deaths across the Caribbean. It's one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes on record. Jamaica took a direct hit, more than 70% of the country without power. The nation's infrastructure crippled, and leaders on the island say their top priorities are reaching those still trapped and, of course, getting power and communication lines back up. The country's 3 international airports are expected to reopen by tomorrow, but there's still a lot of uncertainty over when flights can safely leave. A group of women from Metro Atlanta, among thousands of tourists stranded on the Caribbean island, 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn has been in touch with them since the storm hit here. He's joining us live outside of Hartsfield-Jackson International. Cody, I'm sure those women are very anxious to get back home and get off that island.
No doubt, Jennifer. Most importantly here, they are safe, but their top priority is securing a seat on a flight back home and walking through the doors of this airport. Assessments are still underway at Jamaica's largest airport, Singster International. While some images without context are alarming, the Minister of Transportation says their largest concourse, as you can see, suffered minimal damage. However, it's still unclear when commercial flights could resume.
Cody?
Hey, I know it's real spotty. How's the damage there?
It's pretty bad. The roads going to the airport, they're trying to clear it now so people can get out to their flights.
Kelsey Thornton sent me these images showing some of the damage at Rio Reggae in Montego Bay.
A lot of damage, a lot of trees down, a lot of mud, a lot of, it did a lot of damage. The pool area, everything in that area was kind of decimated. The huts that they had that were kind of where lounges were sitting, everything out there was kind of destroyed.
This video showing the conditions outside Thornton's room Tuesday, hours before the storm moved over.
Okay, with the storm, it went fine. We barricaded our room and we went in the bathroom. It was scary to hear all the sounds, all the wind, and there were parts of the building that were coming off, and you could hear it ricocheting across. And I mean, you really feared for your life. The Jamaicans here said this is the worst they've ever seen a storm come through like this, and just never being in this magnitude of a hurricane was really scary for myself and my best friend.
While the storm has passed, their troubles are far from over.
We're just getting enough internet service to see that it's been canceled.
Not sure when they'll be able to catch a flight, and Thornton says the resort is dealing with their own troubles.
The workers here haven't even been able to go home, and some of them are walking off the jobs and they need to go take care of their home because it was decimated in the storm. Some people are staying to work. When we asked about having to pay, he said potentially yes. And even in this disaster, people may not have money. He said, how do you got it? That's run. So it's just a mess. It really is a mess.
I did just check. The Minister of Transportation said relief flights are on the way right now to Singster, but it is still undetermined when commercial flights will start flying in and out of that international airport. I can tell you, I looked it up. There's a Delta flight scheduled for Sunday, and I just spoke to one of those women, and one of them is on that flight on Sunday. Fingers crossed they can start getting out by the end of the weekend.
All right, Cody, thank you so much. We are certainly praying they are able to get home as quickly and safely as possible. Thank you.